He will. He's done it again.
Quick conversations with King Drew Million. Quick conversations with King Drew Million. Quick conversations with King Drew Million.
Chop it up.
Quick conversations with King Drew Million.
Let's chop it up.
What's happening, family? It's your boy Quick,
And King Drew Millions.
and it is Quick Conversation with King Drew Millions. Welcome back for episode 3. You know what I'm saying, man? We in this thing. First and foremost, man, I want to congratulate you, Drew, on your 3rd year anniversary on your marriage. You know what I'm saying,
Man, appreciate it,
Yeah,
man. I ain't
you
know
know
what
what
you
I'm
were finna say. All right,
Hey,
yeah,
man.
man.
Yeah, what it is, man. You made it, man. You know what I'm saying? They say that first year is the hardest hump.
Man.
And take it from me. I know. Real talk, that first year.
Yeah, man. What's sad about it, man, bro? We got to do better, bro. So, she told me to book it on our anniversary day. I booked it on the 10th, only for her to say thanks, babe. But we got married on the 9th. Like,
Fellas.
man.
Fellas, please try to figure out a way for you to easily remember these anniversary with these ladies. I ain't gonna lie to you, I made it real easy on myself when we was playing and I was dog. You know, I'm divorced now, ladies. I'm a very single man, you know what I'm saying, 100% single. But I was married once before. But I did some math, you know what I'm saying? One number, the second number was the addition of those two numbers. And the last number was the multiplication of the first number. You know what I'm saying, man? You know what I mean? 555. You know what I'm saying? Take it back to them days. Domino pizza.
Hey, man, I'm gonna have to do something. I'm gonna have to set a reminder in the phone or I might have to put it under birthday or something. I don't know. But
Something, man.
I was a day off. I knew the month, knew the week. I was just a day off.
Well, at least you taking accountability, you know what I'm saying, for the mess up what a lot of people have a problem with. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a real big issue. Individuals not taking accountability and pointing the finger at other individuals. You know what I'm saying? When you point the finger at somebody, always remember it's 3 pointing back at you.
Man,
Know that.
it's you then.
Yeah, for real.
But
I mean, and I can honestly say, you know what I'm saying, I ain't picture perfect, but it's a lot easier to say, nah, you did this, or you the reason for this happening, and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? That accountability is a hard pill to swallow.
man, I mean, telling somebody you right, I'm wrong. It wasn't you. It was me.
Yeah.
That is like some people would rather kill themselves than do that.
Well, I mean, okay, I can honestly say, some days I call my mother and I tell her like, "Hey, mom, look here, you was right. You know, this, that, and the third." And then she, instead of just taking the flowers and moving past it, yeah, see, I told you, you don't listen, and this, that, and the third. And it's like, man, come on, man, I ain't call you for all that. I just called to tell you you was right.
But see, honestly, that's why people probably don't like to admit when they wrong, because they don't want the backlash. But that's the accountability part. Like, whatever come with admitting. So with me being a police officer, one thing that one of my supervisors told me when I first started, he called me in his office, and that's kind of this particular supervisor. This is what he kind of do with all the new people. He'll call you in his office and kind of give you like a, not long, but kind of give you like a little quick new person, little pitch. And one of the things he told me, which it sit with me to this day, he was like, I can take a mistake from the heart, but I'll fire you and disown you from a mistake from the mind. And when he first said it, I'm new and I'm, but as time passed, I started realizing, like, if you honestly make a mistake and you own up to it and you like, hey, man, I messed up. I didn't mean to do it that way. I was moving fast or, whatever. Cool. But if you'd have meditated on something and you know it was wrong and you still went with your move, I can't rock with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I can feel that. I mean, that goes with learning to communicate with others instead of, you know what I mean, arguing about
Hmm.
a situation. You know what I mean? Communication is half the battle. And I don't think a lot of people really just notice communication is not just talking. You know what I mean? It's also body language as well. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I mean, like they say, that's what 80% of the actual conversation.
Hmm.
You know, I mean, you know that being an officer. You know what I'm saying? I could be saying this, you know, but at the same time, yeah, I'm saying yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm shaking my head now, like man,
I'm like, I know what's going on right now.
exactly,
I ain't even
exactly.
listening to your words no more. I'm watching your body movement, your posture.
Right, right. But that goes to what we said last week about the passive aggressiveness. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? A person could be saying, "Yeah, I'm cool with it. Yeah, I ain't really
Hmm.
tripping. You know, it is what it is." But
Hmm.
really, in the back of the mind, you thinking, you know what I'm saying? Man, I can't wait to get back at this
Hmm.
person. You know what I'm saying? You made me feel like this. You hurt my feelings. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And that's the passive aggressive part that a lot of people don't really notice in their actions. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? The vindictive part.
Hmm.
And it's a lot of vindictive individuals out here in this world, man. You know what I'm saying? And males and females, you know what I'm saying? You got a person that you done been in love with, you know what I'm saying? You can't wait to see him in the club, you know what I'm saying? With that new baddie or that new dude that you liking on or whatever. Yeah, you see me, I'm
Hmm.
shining, you know what I mean? And sometimes that person really don't care.
That's the tough part.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cause that's
Yeah.
almost like this old saying my dad used to tell me. I don't know if I said it to you before. That's like drinking the poison and waiting on you to die.
Nah, you ain't never. Yeah. Nah.
You
That's.
know what I'm saying? Because I'm harboring these feelings about you because you made me feel some type of way and
Hmm.
you done moved on with your life. You know what I'm saying? You doing other things, aspiring for other things, and
Hmm.
I'm still caught up by what you did to me a year ago, 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That.
And that's the poison part, you know what I mean? Because instead of eating at you, because you have to actually think to be upset. Well, at least I
Well.
do because I'm not a person that hold
No,
grudges
that's
like
that's
that.
true. That's deep. I mean, what I know, I've heard like it take more energy to focus on something negative
Yeah,
than something
bro.
positive, and that's kind of the same thing.
Even with facial features, bro, it's a lot easier to make a smile than the frown.
Mm.
You think about all the muscles you put off in the frowning.
And you be exhausted afterwards.
Yeah,
Hey,
be
what your
tired.
parents say? All that. What they say? You mad and now you tired.
Yeah, and be for real, end up going take a nap. You know what
All
I'm
that
saying?
pouting that made you. All that pouting and got you tired and
Yeah,
sleepy.
yeah,
Now go lay down.
for real. But that goes to a lot of individuals not accepting their adverse experiences and traumas.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people really need therapy, bro.
That's true. And I did it, and I used to frown upon it until one of my daughters, when she was a junior, I think. Oh, I forgot what grade she was in, but she came to us and she was like, she wanted counseling at first. I'm like, you don't need no counseling. I mean, because that's kind of how I was raised, like in our community for sure, and
Yeah,
our upbringing. Like, you don't need no counseling. You need to go, tell me what it is, or go watch some TV, go outside and play,
yeah,
do some homework. It's always a pushback or go, But I took it serious, me and my wife, and we found her some counseling, and she used to come back to us and tell us how much it helped her. We didn't know what she talked about in counseling. That's her personal business with her counselor,
mm-hmm.
but I watched how the counseling helped her get through high school. So then me and my wife went to counseling, and afterwards I was like, you know what, counseling do help. And even when we first started counseling, the counselor told us like it's not an easy process. And you're gonna have days where you gonna be mad at me, the counselor, or you might be mad at each other.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you getting personal counseling, you might go home mad at yourself. Just thinking about it, that's the beginning phases of counseling because you putting everything, all your inner things that you may not want to talk about, may not want to think about. Now you sitting here addressing these issues, opening up old wounds.
Yeah,
But once you get past that, and then so we did it, and I do encourage people to do it. And then some people need routine counseling. Sometimes you just need counseling or therapy just to get you through a situation. And then some people have stuff going on where they need to, have routine counseling. And most jobs now, if you ask somebody, they have resources for that. Most jobs, no disrespect, but most jobs with benefits for sure. If you got benefits, 401k,
AEP or something like that, I
insurance.
think is what the initials are.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't
Um,
exactly know what the acronym stand for,
okay,
but I know
okay.
my job actually have it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Most jobs, and that's something that we don't know and don't think about because we're not even looking into
Yeah,
it. But
yeah,
most jobs, you got you some benefits, some insurance. They want their employees to seek some type of help to be able to come to work and do their job. So you tell
real
them
time.
like, "Hey, I'm having a difficult time. I just, and they'll pay for it." But
Yeah.
I do.
I mean, I think that that's a sacrifice that a lot of people not willing to make for their own success. You know what I'm saying? Like they holding themselves back. You know what I'm saying? Steady holding on
Mhm.
to old things that didn't happen. And sometimes it's a lot easier. I mean, a lot harder. Excuse me, to get past those things like domestic abuse.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes that comes from your early years of life because they say a lot of people's personalities,
Mm.
stem from the first 7 years of their life, as far as like their self esteem and stuff
Mm.
like that. You know what I'm saying? So if you came from a very abusive household where individuals talk to you very crazy, you know what I'm saying? You might have got whoopings for no apparent reason or what have you. Sometimes you find yourself in relationships that are the same exact way. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Emotionally and physically abusive. You know what I'm saying? Because I done been in a relationship with ladies, you know what I'm saying? Like, they adverse experiences have them thinking that I'm going to do them something. And I'm looking,
Hmm.
just because I'm looking at them crazy. Like, sometimes I can't hide
Yeah.
what's in
Right.
my mind through my facial
And it
expression.
might
Because,
be triggering to them. Like,
right.
that's what I've been. You triggering me.
Man,
You know what
one
I'm
lady, one
saying?
lady said I looked at her like I was finna hit her. I say, what?
Like I ain't
I
finna.
finna hit you. Nah, we can go hit this bed and we can, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We can, you know what I'm saying, release some
Yeah.
frustration like the devil.
But domestic abuse is unfortunately on the rise,
On the
and
rise. It's been up.
I
I
don't.
mean, you know what? I think it increased a little bit more after the pandemic, dog, because a lot of people
Yeah.
got to get to know their partner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you spent more time at home with that
Hmm.
person. You like, man, you know what? I really don't like this mofo.
No, it's crazy, man. I can't make this up. When I was out on patrol during that time, like I was going to houses that I ain't never been to before, and I'm like, what? And I actually had. I mean, I'm literally going to calls, and I had multiple families tell me, I never knew my family like this. Like I had a
Yeah.
dude. He like, be honest with you, officer. I whatever his career was, he was always gone. He was like, I come home, I sleep, the bills paid, do what I do with my wife, I'm back out. He was like, I didn't even know my daughter was this or my children was this bad, or I didn't even know my wife habits like would bother me this much.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't really even know my family. And I'm looking, I'm like, cause I mean I go home every night, so I mean I'm knowing everything going on, but I'm like, dang, that do make sense if you a truck driver
Yeah.
or you know what I'm saying, whatever, you in an oil field and you gone. Some people 2-3 weeks out the month, they gone, but now you stuck at home, can't go nowhere, and you looking around, you like, I got a dog, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
But that back up the statement, you know what I'm saying? Absence make the heart grow fonder. So if you out working or whatever, you know what I'm saying, a lot of things that you would kind of, not worry about, like this
Mm-hmm.
person sucking their teeth or smacking when they eat and all this,
Mm-hmm.
that, and the third, you know what I'm saying? You sitting there at the table like, man, this motherfucker here getting on my nerves. Hey, bro, shut up.
Yeah, nah,
Close your
for
mouth
real,
when you eat.
for
You know what
real.
I'm saying? All that type of stuff, I mean, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? That just goes back to learning to communicate, learning your mate. And you know what, bro? To be quite honest, with this new technological world that we're moving in, man, people really don't get a chance to know people at all.
Yeah, that's true.
You
It's
know what I mean? Cause like I say, I'm in the dating market, you know what I'm talking about? I met a young lady and I'm old school. So I like face to face interactions, you know what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying? Where I can read your body language, all this, that, and the third. I try to link up with her. She was like, we can FaceTime. I'm like,
That ain't no. I mean,
I
if
don't
we
want. I don't want
already
to meet your representative.
right,
You know
if
what I'm
we
saying?
already like dating, we both done had a long day, and we just gonna yeah. But like, if we both got time, you at home, I'm
Yeah,
at home,
yeah.
you free, I'm free. like,
Like we can meet up, have a cup of coffee. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? You know, walk around the park or something. I mean, shoot, if we ain't vibing, we ain't feeling each other, we ain't gotta
right.
see each other no more. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna push the issue or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But some people are weird like that, bro. Like it's like we're in a different world, bro. Like that pandemic, I feel like it really changed the world drastically. You know what I'm saying? For
Mm-hmm.
social interaction, not only that, like employment
Mm-hmm.
opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Like think about how many people actually lost their jobs. And by us being in the fields that we are in, you know what I'm saying, we're essential staff. So we continued our social, you know
Right,
what I'm saying,
right.
contact. So
Mm-hmm.
all we had was a mask on, but I could still talk to
Yeah,
you.
still could see you, be in person, and all
Yeah.
that.
I mean, shoot, imagine if you really didn't actually have tangible contact with a person for 3 years. That's almost like being in the shoe or,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, isolation in prison.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But you was in prison at your own home.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's crazy, but it's the world that we live in.
And then when you separate, like when you working and not being at home, you can kind of you small talking, but when you at home all day, because domestic abuse just not physical neither. Like it's the word play, the verbal abuse. You say certain things to people routinely. And you may say this stuff all the time and not knowing how it's affecting your partner or even your friends or whatever. You just straight
Yeah,
saying certain things. Maybe they have a disability and you always joking about it. That could be a form of abuse because they don't feel good about it. Or maybe you always just saying some hateful things, but you
yeah,
think it's funny, but they don't think it's funny, you know. Or maybe the lack of communication in the correct way. And, it's all forms of verbal abuse.
but I mean, shoot, do you think we just hypersensitive now?
No,
Because the dozens and all that been going on since before we walked this earth. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
but I mean, I think we was taught to accept negativity. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, but ain't nothing like a little old jokey joke. You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying? And one thing for sure, two things I know. You know what I'm saying? It's some truth to every joke, and that's what make it funny.
but
So if you talking about a person having a limp or whatever by the way they walk, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, bro, you walk like this here. You,
man, oh, crooked tooth mug.
I mean, that's
Oh,
just
four item. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I've learned, I ain't gonna lie, one day you know, I said it to and one day me and my wife was just going back and forth, and I said it to her, but then she said it right back to me. I say, you could dish it, but can't take it. And she say, you the same way? And I sat there for a little minute and we both laughed. I was like, nah, I ain't gonna lie. I love the joke, but even growing up, I couldn't, with our generation, I couldn't
yeah,
cry about it. I
yeah,
couldn't whine about it. So it's like mentally, I'm like,
yeah.
I really don't like being talked about back.
Well, I
But
mean, considering what you just said, I mean, you gotta take back when y'all went on a little old cruise. You feel me?
hey, man.
That one was a funny one when you told me that. You know what I'm
But that's
saying?
what I'm saying. I can dish it, but I learned I had to sit there like accountability.
Yeah. But
When
you
I took
wanted your wife to stroke your ego, and what's wrong with that?
hey, but she didn't, and I felt some kind of way.
Yeah.
But in reality, if she wanted me to stroke hers, I might be like, hey, but I ain't got time for that right now.
I mean, would that like her putting a dress on and say, baby, do you think this look cute or do I look fat in this? Do you really want me to be honest with you?
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. It's crazy because she done been in the modes before. I'm like, man, I ain't got time for that. I'm finna go to work.
Yeah.
But when she do me like that, I'm like, what you mean? Tell me I'm looking like, but I got this on. I'm putting it on, huh?
Nah, you
Get
look
out
like a
my face.
hippopotamus today. Real talk, you know what I'm saying? For real. You look like you just stepped out of somebody's hair club with that one
Say,
on.
man, we are in a hypersensitive time, but I think when we was growing up or the previous history, we couldn't really like it. We living in a time where everybody got a voice and everybody want to get heard, and I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm happy for that. Okay, everybody deserve what they deserve, but at
Yeah.
the same time, like when we was growing up, like certain disabilities, certain mentalities, certain things. Get out of here. We ain't rocking with it. Or we gonna talk about
Yeah.
you. We gonna laugh. And if you cry, if you get mad, if you go tell, like you not down. We gonna get on you even worse after that.
Yeah.
Now it's like you could cry, you could tell, you could run. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
true,
all that is
true.
accepted. It's like, okay, cool. The whole Me Too movement that started. Like,
Facts.
we couldn't do no me. If I'm sad and I'm telling, ain't nobody finna get in and be sad and tell with me that how we was raised.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
now, you know,
I mean, that kind of go back to I had saw a Charleston White comment, right? Shout out to Charleston White, you know what I'm saying? He doing big things in the community. He blowing up like I was gonna say the bigger line, we ain't gonna say that, but he doing his thing.
hey man,
But
pull up on us if you get a chance.
yeah,
man.
for real. Come chop it up with us, man.
Man.
He said if I get in a fight, I'm not gonna get mad at that person for beating me up. I'm gonna get mad at the person recording me with that phone. You know what I'm saying? That's who I'm going after. And I'm like, yeah, because that's a viral moment. And
Yeah.
then see, that's another thing too. Like now the wound can last a whole lot longer for the simple fact it can live on social media.
It can live forever.
You know what I'm saying? Like the internet never lose.
Nowadays, it's almost as if you ain't see it on social media, it didn't happen.
Facts.
Like if you
Facts.
say something about me, I'm be like, it ain't on social media. What you talking about?
Yeah.
And people really believe that. They be like, yeah, it ain't happen because we ain't see it.
And that's how these kids feel. I mean, but I feel like these kids really be having too much free time. You know what I'm saying? I think you was telling me something about the kids having a new break at school
Oh
or
man,
something.
nah. So I I woke up today and I'm getting ready to come situate my day. Kids in the house. I'm like, hey, ain't y'all got school today? Oh no, we off for the week. I'm like, for what? They're like, oh, we on break. I'm like, break for what? Like she was like, I don't know. They just told us we on break this week. I'm like, we ain't never had that many break. We beg to have
For
like, why
real.
we gotta be
I
in
fake
school?
sick to not go to school. My mom's sick and this shit still sitting me. If the nurse send you
What?
back home, then we'll worry about
Man,
it.
I don't understand it. I remember my daddy dropped me off to school one day. The whole school was fighting in the front. It was a dude fighting the principal. And I looked at my daddy and I'm like, man, he's like, son, I gotta go to work. Go ahead and get up out of here. I'm like, what? Like, if this ain't a time to
Yeah,
take me back
yeah.
home,
For
you know
real.
what I'm saying? Nowadays, these kids be out. They do not have to go any reason. And they don't go to school, they can do it online. Like, what you doing? Oh, I decided I didn't want to go today. I'm just gonna do my class online. I'm like, man, if you didn't go physically sit in a desk,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
tardy, you absent, and you get a 0 today.
But see, that goes back to the question that I asked. I don't know if it was online or what have you. Remember when I asked you, do you actually think that this generation is smarter than previous generations with everything being simplified?
And I told you, I think they are.
But everything is simple. Like you got to think, bro. You got these smartphones, and the world is literally in the palm of your hand. You ain't gotta go to that encyclopedia. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just a phone don't even have numbers on it no more. You know what I mean? Like I remember having to remember everybody's number.
Yeah. I don't remember nobody's number. That's
Yeah,
sad.
I just started typing in their name. I put the first 2 letters. You know what I'm saying? DR. Oh, there you go, right there. Boom. Let me call Drew.
Yeah.
Like everything you really don't necessarily have to think for. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I think, especially working in the field that I'm in, a lot of these children do not use critical thinking, bro.
But you know what? I ain't gonna. You have more experience with the youth because of working here at the at-risk youth center. So I'm just thinking about raising my kids, and I'm like, they have potential to be smarter, but they just not being pushed.
Yeah.
But you actually are here with kids that's in a situation where they need to be smarter, they trying to be, and you know that because of technology, they not able to meet that maximum level.
Bro, I was invited to the World Youth Foundation. They had a little presentation this past weekend. I
Okay.
invited some of the kids. You know, I told them to come out. I actually sent them the flyer. The flyer has all the information on there. It has the address, it has the time, and everything. All you have to do was read it.
Mm.
Tell me why people were still texting me, calling me, where it's at, what time it is. And I'm like,
Did you look on the flyer?
I want to say that so bad, bro. And I was like, it's downtown at the Wortham Center. Where the Wortham Center?
Did you Google it
Google
on your
it.
phone?
Google it. Like, come on. Like, you in the age of Google and YouTube, bro. If Google and YouTube was out when we were kids, bro, I'd be a genius right now. Seriously.
But I'm saying,
YouTube is a for real university,
I think
man.
if they don't have to think, but I
They don't
think
tap
if
into their resources.
if they think, I think they have potential to be way smarter. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that on the surface level.
Okay.
I'm saying if they are put in positions where they have to think, I feel like the potential to be smarter is there.
Yeah.
They just don't have to. Even with the cars now, like they finna in the next couple of years, they finna be buying flying cars.
I mean, but shoot, we went to Vegas for your bachelor party.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the cars that are completely automated? There was no driver in them.
Talking about like the Teslas.
No, bro, it's taxis out there in Vegas and in LA that don't have a driver. Like,
I ain't see them. I ain't see them.
bro, it's like that movie that Arnold Schwarzenegger was in. I think it was called Total Recall.
But the other day, I got in my partner car. He got a Tesla, and he didn't know he had the feature on it, and so he realized he had the feature, and he was showing it to me. So he told me to like walk down the street, and so I basically walked down the street, and then he was still positioned. Like, let's say we walk out the doors of this building, you stay right there. And then I go to the end of the street or the end of the building. Off his phone, he drove the car to me. And then I got in the car and then he drove the car back to him.
So it's a human-sized remote control car.
I ain't think about it. Because what he was thinking, he was like, man, you know what? He was like, well, I asked him. It was my thought. I was like, bro, since you got this app, have you ever, like, coming out the grocery store, just had the car drive to you? And he was like, bro, I ain't never think about that. And he was like, honestly, I wonder if my wife and my daughter in the car, like, let's say I go in the grocery store and then I park the car with them in it, and then I come out the grocery store, can I drive the car back to me when I'm done? And so he wanted to test it out. So that's what we basically was doing. And then we figured out, like, he can do that.
That's crazy.
He can get out, and then he can close the door. Then he could drive the car to the parking spot with his phone. And then when he come out, he can have the car drive back to him. And then his wife and daughter, they never had to get out the car. They never had to move.
Oh, see, I thought it was live that my car can parallel park and all that for me, you know what I'm saying? But it's weird to be sitting there, you know what I'm saying, hands off, and we'll just...
No, so look, when I'm sitting in the car, I'm in the passenger seat. I'm in there by myself.
Yeah.
I'm watching the steering wheel, like, turn and drive while he down the street.
Man.
And I'm like, man, I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of spooky. It was in the mental state because we weren't born like that. Like,
But we play with remote control cars.
We play with remote control cars.
Hey, boy, I had that mother swinging DVD. For real, H-Time for real. Home of the swingers. You know how we do it.
Man. H-Time, man.
real,
Shout out
for
to
real.
them Texans, man. I know you don't really watch sports,
Nah,
bro.
I actually
but
been,
we
this my
doing good,
first
bro.
season. This my first season really just tuning in. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
And I'm proud of them. You know what I'm saying? I actually had a chance to ride my bike to the game with the Clutch City Cruisers. If you ever see us riding, you know
Shout
what I'm
out
saying?
to the Clutch City
Toot
Cruisers,
your horn
man.
at us, baby.
Wish I could have made that one. I
Yeah,
was
man. And
day
it was
late, dollar short.
bro, it was a great experience, bro. I got to walk out on the field.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Took
yeah.
a picture on the field.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
hey, and man.
I just, because that was the game we lost, though.
No,
Hey,
we
we won that
walked
one?
on a winning field.
Oh, so
baby.
you was on the win. That was the game we won.
Yeah, we played against
Man.
Jacksonville, man.
Oh, yeah. It ain't no better feeling than that.
For
Be on the
real.
field and your team won that day.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I should have been my partner because I told him since I've been watching it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy how they only been winning by 3-4 points.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that game just so happened they won by 4 points. Last game they won by 3 points. It's
Yeah,
like, man,
yeah.
bro, they cutting it too close. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shoot, if we trying to go to the Super Bowl, get us a ring, you know what I'm saying? You got to blow somebody out.
A lot of, to my knowledge, a lot of platforms don't really be shouting out Texas, the Texans, Houston Texans. But I was looking, we like the fourth best team right now. We 4-1. It's only two teams 4-1, one team 5-0. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
think one more team. No, it's one team. I think Kansas City 5-0, and one. I don't know. We up there. Every other team is like 3 in this and 2 in this and 0 in this. But we right now, if you go look, we one of the top 4 teams. But we ain't Houston, baby. H time. They ain't really giving
I
us.
mean, we in control of our own fate. You know what I'm saying? We stay down and we become disciplined. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a very young team from what I'm hearing. You know what I'm saying? Like what our coaches, I mean, not our coach, but our quarterback, like 23.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Shoot, we young, bro. You know what I mean? I mean, we need that young blood, but you know, with time, experience comes. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But I do like the way that boy ain't scared to come out that pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
To run that pill. You know
Hey,
what I
he
mean?
doing exactly what he need to do,
real,
man. He doing
yeah.
whatever he need to do.
Yeah, real talk.
Shout
real
out
talk.
to them, man.
Yeah, shout out CJ Stroud.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Glad to have you,
Real.
family.
But on another note, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, prevent, you know what I'm saying, certain futures or whatever. I'm gonna go on a completely different tangent. Do you think that women being independent and being in control of a lot of things can sometimes get in their own way?
That's a loaded question now.
Yeah. I mean, you know, tonight we here. It's a 30 round. You know what I'm saying? 50
Man.
round drum.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
fired off though
Hey, man. I mean,
with the switch.
well, I know we're gonna have different views on something because I'm dealing with a marriage sector of that,
Yeah,
but you also deal with that as a single sector.
yeah,
So, you know, I know, like the old school way, you know what I'm saying? Because women are becoming very powerful, even with, I'm not trying to
man.
jump
This
too
is the
deep.
most powerful that women have
Yeah.
been in history, man. This the most money they ever had, the most rights that they never had. You know what I'm saying? The most liberated. You know what I mean? Shoot, free will. If I want to walk out with a lace T-shirt and no bra, you know what I'm saying? Hey, who are you to tell me I can't?
Man.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, ladies, I like it. You know what I mean? I ain't saying nothing bad about it. Do your damn thing.
So with all that you just unpackaged, you know what I'm saying? That's where it's like, I like independent women, you know what I'm saying? I'm all for that.
Absolutely.
You know, I've always been that way. Like I ain't never tried to, be the type where I gotta control a woman or I want a woman that's lesser than. Like I want, but at the same time, that independent woman, a tough woman. It's like if I got this, I got this, I got that. Like, who are you? Like what you trying to tell me? Like what can you do for me? Well,
Man, and see, with that being said, like I feel like one of the worst things, I ain't gonna say the worst, but one of the worst things you could tell a man is like, I don't need you. You know what I'm saying? Like every man kind of wants to feel needed because it's in our nature to be providers, protectors. You know what I'm saying? The head of the household. You know what I'm saying? Like, and for you to tell me that you don't need me, it's like, well, shoot, what I'm here for then? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you want me to carry that case of water? Oh, no, you just said you don't need me. You got that. You know what I mean? I mean, it might sound,
petty, but hey,
it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think with that independence, a lot of gender roles have taken the back seat. You know what I'm saying? And there is a gray area with gender roles. You know what I mean?
What you mean, gray area with gender roles?
It's a gray area for the simple fact, women are hired for the same jobs that we're hired for.
Oh,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? I mean, they fought for equal pay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, oftentimes, you might see a woman in the same position as you, or making more money than you,
Mm-hmm.
but still has an expectation for you.
And how do you make that woman submissive? Like how do how do you gain control of?
Ladies, y'all tap in, get in the comment section. Please let us know. You know what I'm saying? Because for the simple fact, okay, if you are completely independent and you telling me you don't need me, at what point would you be submissive to someone that you don't need? You know what I mean? Because there, I ain't gonna say all, but there are some women that are submissive to their supervisor at work.
Mm-hmm.
They'll take instruction from their
Mm-hmm.
supervisor at work. You know what I mean? But why won't you take supervision from who the person who's supposed to stand in front of the robber if somebody come in your house? You know what I'm saying? Like at some point, cause you're not finna stand on the side of me and box it out with me. You're gonna be
I
like,
don't
"Hey, go
know.
get him."
But that's the
You
thing
got some,
now.
but you got some woman that
You
will.
got some women now. They'll run the rob off. They bossed up now. Like that's
They are, and I love it. I love it. I mean, I love about shit. You know what I'm saying? But
like
at the same,
everything you saying. That's like the old school regiment. Like but it's like nowadays in time. It's like you know, and like I say, I'm for it. But it's like as far as you know, the old school way of dating ain't even the same no more. Me and my wife done had these kind of like we don't even have like the old school like way of dating. I was still really
I mean,
unorthodox.
I don't like the word date. I'm gonna be
Or
honest with you, because when I
what
grew
word
up,
you like?
a date was, you know what I'm saying, I'm finna get a butt whooping when I get home. You know what I'm saying? We'll be in public. My mom talking about we got a date. Man, hold on now, man. I don't want to date you. You know what I'm saying? And that's an adverse experience from my childhood that makes things, you know what I'm saying,
I
traumatic.
never would have thought
For
in
real.
your household
Exactly. So shit
getting
see,
punished was called you finna have a date at home.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's why I say, man, let's go out.
Well, when you go out with a lady, we'll use go out. But I'm saying like I know my household is unorthodox, but it's unorthodox because of the times that we in.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that old school way is kind of dying out. It's I
But
don't think the new
how
generation.
to? I mean, well, you've been out the game for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I'm old school. You know what I mean? You can call it what you want, call me a dinosaur, whatever. But I like walks in the park. You know what I'm saying? Like one of my first dates in high school, I took a female to Deuce Park. We had a little old picnic. You know what I'm talking about? Like
Yeah,
that was cool.
yeah. Picnic ain't gonna get it no more, bro.
I mean, God, dog, what it is, man? Shoot,
I
ladies.
mean,
Oh,
yeah.
you want us to spend that Shabbat,
Hey
huh? I
man,
mean,
you could. I mean, I'm not gonna say a picnic not gonna get it, but you could do like you
but
gotta
what if I done
you gotta
put
do
thought
multiple
into it?
things and a pic. Like you at the picnic, you gotta have like the letters and stuff that say picnic glowing in the dark. You gotta deck like just a tile and a basket and an apple and a sandwich. Oh no,
I mean, that's what I did back then, but now I put a
you
little bit
gotta
more
do a
thought off
pic.
into it.
Now you gotta do a picnic in Cancun.
Picnic in Cancun. So I need to spend $400-500 for the round trip flight. You know what I'm saying? The room, and then take you on a picnic.
And now that's going out.
Oh, we finna do some wild stuff. You understand me? For real, for real. That ain't, but see, okay, I don't mind doing nothing like that for somebody that I'm invested in emotionally. You know what I'm saying? But as
Yeah.
far as like me just meeting you off the dribble,
But and I ain't gonna lie, I have not taught my daughters this. Like my daughters, they see how me and my wife we work, we hard workers, we take care of each other.
yeah.
Like I ain't never taught my daughters to live off no dude. But I watch how my daughter. But this is the young generation. I watch how they just because it's social media, everything hyped, and then it's two-way street. They watch how I treat their mother, and then social media with all this cap, money, balling. I sit back and watch, and I be telling like, dang,
But
like
that's not actually courting a woman, like actually getting to know her and
man,
all this,
I'm
that, and
watching
the
how
third.
I got one daughter, bro. She literally dude been taking out on a date, taking out. Then one day he say, "Hey, you pay, cause whatever, my money froze or whatever, but I'm gonna pay you back though. But right now I just need you to take care of this." So she like, "All right, cool." Well, like a week later, she like, "Hey, you said you gonna pay me back." You know, he like, "Well, his response was, the last day we went on, I paid for you and your homegirl and got y'all in the club. That's why my money ran low, cause I ain't know you was coming with a plus one." And he was like, "But I really ain't got it." And I honestly feel like, you could you could put this one in the hole on, you know what I'm saying? We good. She was like, "Nah. Matter of fact, we done." And so, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
When me and my daughter talking, like, I ain't never taught you that. She was like, "Nah, this ain't nothing you taught me. This just what it is." But I'm like, this is
but I mean, why should he be responsible for your plus one? And she wasn't even in our plan.
man, I ain't taught her that. My wife ain't taught her that. But not only I'm watching these young kids now. That's what they own. But the thing is, it's so many dudes who are taught to trick. Like this is a taught thing for the young
Man, stop
generation.
leading with your pocket, man.
Hey, that's a
Lead
thing.
with your mouthpiece and get to know that person. You know what I'm
When we were
saying?
growing up, being a trick or giving a woman all your money, just being happy to spend your money on a woman that you ain't married to or ain't got no kids with, that was frowned upon. Like, but now it's reverse. It's like, yeah, give her all your money. You know what I'm saying? It's in every song. It's in every video. Yeah. What?
But okay, so I'm depleting my resources for what in return?
All the new rap songs, bro. And we jam them. I'm listening. Bro,
I
I
mean,
mess with
okay.
Boss Man D-Lo, but I'm like, bro, I just met her and I gotta get her a purse.
I mean, but Ti kind of started. You yeah, whatever you like. Yeah,
I guess that was
you know what I'm
hey
saying. I
man,
mean,
Lil
we
Wayne say we make it rain on them.
it ain't tricky if you got it.
Hey man, so
It's chump change, mama. I mean, but you talking about somebody that's making 10, 20, 30, $40,000 a show. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about so you gonna hold an average Joe to these same standards? You
see
know what I'm
this.
saying? And then like, and that's crazy because a lot of good men
Mm-hmm,
end up being single. You know what I'm saying? Or
mm-hmm.
end up with a unworthy individual for the simple fact of the standards that have been set through today's society.
It's man.
Cause I mean, you got women that
Oh,
have a great
hold
baby
on.
daddy, but won't let them see their
Bro, I
kids.
gotta address this. This happened yesterday. I was working at a club. I ain't gonna say the club name. It ain't really nothing bad against the club, but I'm an officer. I work extra jobs.
Yeah,
And this what I'm telling you, the new society, bro. I'm standing outside the club chilling. Chick walk by, big booty, nice, pretty, swinging hands with a dude. She grabbed me, like, do one of these, wink at me. And I look at the dude like, 'cause they holding hands. I look at the dude like, yo, my man. But then when I look at him, he holding a purse with his other hand. This is what we dealing with right now, bro.
man, that
This-
might have been just a
man,
home friend. I ain't gonna say
okay.
homeboy,
All
homegirl. That's
right.
home friend.
I mean, I used to think I can like judge that. I mean, the dude looked at like a, you know, decent dude.
Yeah, yeah.
But I do know nowadays women that go to the independent woman. These women are controlling the narrative now. You know what I'm saying? That to me, it, I don't think they was like he didn't seem to be like like he didn't like women,
Yeah.
and he didn't seem like he was just a buddy. Like they really,
But he
but
might
I
be
can
just
say,
a beta male.
but I don't know their full scenario. I don't know their full story, and they could have even been drunk. They were living from a club, but at the same time, I don't care how drunk I am. Like, hold on,
You doing too much.
you
little
doing
mama.
too much.
For
But I
real.
know with everything they got going on now, women, you know, they be controlling the narrative on that. Like, and the dudes be scared to address these issues. One, they don't want to, they don't want the woman to lead them. Women making more money than the man now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, it's a career now. It's always been like a small thing. Like we know some dudes who used to live off, but that used to be frowned upon back in the, like it was a time where living off a woman, it's like, nah, we ain't finna live. Now that's a career.
Man, I remember back in the day, you know what I'm saying, a young lady, she was gonna move me out to California. She was in the military. She was like, yeah, just come move out here with me. You know what I'm saying? I got everything. It's gonna be good. Whoop de whoop. You know what I'm saying? The old man put me to the side. He said, man, don't depend on no woman like that. But see, at that time I thought I was, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you thought that was pimping?
You understand me? So I was really kind of going with the move, but then when the
You
old
finna
man,
blind move out to California with her thinking it's pimping.
I mean, shoot, she got the whole slate. You understand me? She had the crib. She was making the money. You know, and I was fresh out of high school. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, well, look at here. I'm gonna go out here and see what's happening. My old man say, man, no, bro. Because if y'all get into it,
Right.
you're gonna end up, you know what I'm saying, high and dry, standing outside.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
you in a whole nother state.
Real
And
talk.
she got the career, not you.
Yeah, real talk.
Yeah,
So
nah.
I appreciate the old man for
Shout
dropping them
out.
jewels on me. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Appreciate it, Pops.
Yes,
Real
sir. Because he could have been in Cali dealing with two.
talk. I mean, but I probably would have really just jumped off the porch. I was yeah, shot me, yeah.
Boy, you'd have been in the land, losing your mind. You
I
know?
don't know, man. You know what I'm talking about? Going out there in the Bay Area, yeah. You feel me? That was right after Mac Dre.
Now, okay, talking about if she'd have sent the check before you went, now that's pimping. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But to go live off there and just be hoping on to come up.
I mean, she did buy the wheels for the 26s.
Nah, not no will.
I mean,
send me a check.
Well, she gave me the money, and I just paid for the ties.
All right.
I mean,
you squeezing
nah.
it together.
I mean, hey, listen, I ain't saying I am one,
I ain't gonna
but
lie
I'm
though.
something like it.
I used to.
Back in the day, you know what I'm saying? I ain't on that no more, ladies. You know what I'm saying, man? I'm trying to be lover boy. You feel me? I'm looking for the one that's gonna, you know what I mean? Put a ring right here, and we
Boy,
gonna
say I'm
do
pimp
the whole
name half
matrimony
paint.
thing.
But I remember back in the day, I used to have multiple women giving me their house key or giving me a key to their car or giving me their bank account information. But it probably could have opened up a career to, but I don't know, just always something in me. I'm like, I don't want your key.
Man, I know one of my ex's
I don't
social
want
security number, bro. I ain't lying. Real
I,
talk.
but I just never, and even when I was given this information, it's just like, and I think that's probably what make me a decent cop as well. Like, I don't care how much I know about you or how much information you willing to give me. I'm not finna abuse it or use it. I don't need it. I like, even when women used to give me a key, I don't need it. I don't need a key to your house. I'm not finna pop up. I'm not finna be hanging out over here. I don't want to chill longer than what I have to. You know what I'm saying? We haven't decided amongst each other that we are a thing. We just messing around. So why you feel like it's so important that I have a key? You know, or even with driving a car, I'm like, I got a car. What I need your car for? You know,
And then I
don't
think
know.
our paradigm has a lot to do with that too. You know what I'm saying? Because we grew up with strong, independent mothers.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So our views on that, you know what I'm saying, as far as being an independent woman, able to take care of the household, you know what I'm saying, whether the man is there or not, you know what I'm saying, like we find that attractive.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
You know what? That might be true.
So, I mean, but at the same time, you know, it can be hindrance, especially when children in the play. You know what I'm saying? I kind of tapped on it a little bit earlier. You know what I'm saying? Like a man can be doing everything he's supposed to do, but by the woman being able to control the narrative,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? She can make it to where that man can't be a figure in that child's life.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. Nah, I'm kind of dealing with something like that at work, and that's so. I actually have a situation with one of the cases I work. Well, the father is they live in two different states, and the father said, "Hey, I buy the plane ticket and fly my son because the son wanted to live with his dad that stay in another state. He was like, I'll pay for the plane ticket and fly my son out here and he could live with me. You know what I'm saying? But the mother was just like, nah, no really. I mean, she said certain things. So my question was like, hey, um, not that it's my business to know really, but like, what's the big issue? Like, is he like on drugs? He in and out of jail? Like, nah, he a good dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I'm like, not. And so she asked me, she was like, "Do you think I'm making the right decision?" I said, "No." I was like,
Yeah.
"You preventing a father who you say is a decent man
Yeah.
wants to be in his son's life. Y'all just for whatever reason y'all live in two different states, and he's willing to go out his way to get his son, and you telling him no with no real logical reason outside of personal
Yeah.
reasons." I was like, no, let that man build a bond with his son and create that. I say because him as a man, he can do things to raise his son that you as a woman just won't be able. I I can't tell you how to raise a daughter. I'm not a woman. I've never been one. I can't tell you how to handle certain situations as a woman.
Yeah.
But he can take that young man and teach him how to be a man. And if it's his biological father, they gonna have that connection anyway.
Time.
But
Time.
it's the women be having that's a power women have too. Like that's a
Yeah.
power that's been going on for so long to be able to determine if a male can see or not see their son. That's been,
I
that's
mean, but if you ever seen the movie Boys in the Hood, you know what I mean. You know, we grew up in the
hmm
'90s. You know what I'm saying. So I look back at some of those movies, and it was a lot of social commentary. But if you notice, at some point, Angela Bassett let Trey go stay with Furious. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because you know what I'm saying, he cutting up in school,
hmm
fighting in school. You know what I mean? And before you know it, he walking down the street, you know what I'm saying? He seeing the gang members pulling up with the banging
hmm
cars, and it begins to be impressionable to him. You know what
hmm
I'm saying? And she called him and said, it's I
It's
think
that
he need,
time.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And I can honestly say, you know what I'm saying, like that 14,
hmm
15. Man, I'm so glad my daddy was in the house,
hmm
man. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Able to redirect and diffuse situations, you know what I'm saying?
hmm
Because when I got kicked out the house that one time, you know what I'm
hmm
saying? I ain't gonna lie. I stood it up, and I was completely out of pocket.
hmm
You know what I mean? But my father was the voice of reason for the both of us.
hmm
Cause shoot, my mama made me take everything out of my pockets and said, "Get out of my house."
Hmm.
You know what I
And meant
mean?
that. I know she meant it because I
No,
know
remember I stayed with Granny.
her.
You
I
know what I'm talking
know.
about?
You
Shoot.
get up
Granny
out of
had to buy
here.
me all new clothes. You know what I'm saying? She said, bro, I couldn't leave. I couldn't leave her house with nothing that she paid. Bro, she took my chapstick.
Hey, all of that running.
Yeah, for real. But she been like that, man. My mama gangster, man. I ain't gonna even lie. I remember one time she kicked me out the car because I wanted a toy from KB Toys. You know what I'm talking about? Not act like I had a little old hissy fit in the car. She, man, get out of my car. And you better not call my mama.
But see, don't see, and we can't even with the laws, the way the laws are made now, which I get it. Some people have abused the laws, whether they did it directly and like whether they did it on purpose or not purposeful. But I remember my mama left me in Willowbrook Mall. She said, "Before we get in this mall, you not getting no J's. You getting two for 89. They on sale.
Yeah,
Every year they
Reebok,
got
Feelers,
whatever
yeah.
shoes on sale. We go in there, you getting these shoes on sale. We get in there, we get in foot action. The J's just scream my name. I'm like, I tell the dude as soon as he walk up, can I try the J's on? My mama say, don't go get him them J's because I'm not buying. They say, oh man, I'm just gonna let him. He could try them on. She say, sir, I'm not buying no J's. So you go back there and waste your time letting them try them on. But if you let them try on these 289s, you got to sell right now. He say, well, I'm gonna let him try the J's on first, and then I go. She say, all right. He go get the J's. He come back. I put him on, threw a fit. Mama, I want the Jade. She say, nah. So now I'm in there crying. I'm on the floor. I look up. She gone. I'm like, so now I'm running out the store. I'm looking for her. I do not see this lady. Police come get me. They're like, hey, what's wrong with you? You crying and they like you lost? I'm like, my mama, she gone. So they was like, what? So now they walking me through the mall, helping me look for my mama. I see her walking out the exit. I'm like, there go my mama. They go over there like, she say, officer, you could take me to jail right now. Because I told him when we came in here, we was getting 2 for $89. He got in there acting a fool. He ain't mind acting like that. And so they was like, man, you can't leave your son. She was like, until he soaked them tears up and get his mind right, y'all could take him with you as far as I'm concerned. They end up releasing me to her. She ain't getting no trouble or nothing like that. But nowadays, it's like that kind of disciplining and parenting is kind of like,
Yeah, but it built character though, bro.
I ain't never do that again. I'm like, I
Nah,
knew
for
when she
real.
said you getting these 2 for $89, just give me the black and the white ones, man. Give me them
Yeah.
2. I'm good.
Well, see, I had my old man. My old man kept my shoe game on point, man. Anybody that know me, been knowing me my whole life or what have you, my shoe game has always been immaculate. It's gonna be immaculate, and
I
I
thought
can't
that was
wait
your
to.
mama buying all the shoes.
Nah, my mama was responsible for the clothes.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? But the old man was responsible for the shoes.
Man, what my dad ain't buy none of that. My mama buy the shoes and the
remember-
clothes.
Man, I'd be in line at 3, 4 in the morning, you know what I'm saying, at North Line trying to get the J's, you know what I'm saying? My dad was like, man, we'll go get them when you get out of school. Nah, daddy, I gotta have them when school
The
let
whole
in.
time I thought this was your mama behind that. This
Nah,
was
bruh.
Unc behind it.
Yeah,
Shout out
bruh.
to Unc, man.
Hey, man, real stand-up guy, man. Please, ladies, if you got a man like this here, please let this man be a part of his child life. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Because it is definitely monumental.
Shout out.
You know what I'm saying? All of those talking down on them, please refrain from doing that because that gives a child a chance to draw an image based off of what you say about him. You know what I'm saying? Give him a chance to actually build a relationship, build a rapport. You know what I'm saying? Because that can be appreciated later on in life.
Facts. That's 100%
Real talk.
show. 100% show. You know what? We're going to end it on that. I
Yeah,
ain't
man.
got nothing to say behind that.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? It is
Hey,
what
ladies,
it
let
is.
these fathers be in their kids' life. You decided to lay down with them and make it, man. It don't matter if they way up here, way down here. If they willing to contribute any kind of way and be there in any form or fashion, and give that man an opportunity to do something. 'Cause
But monetary value doesn't correlate to being a quality father. Just spending time, bro. Kids spell love with Time. You know what I'm saying? Once all the materialistic stuff is gone, you know what I'm saying? I remember those things that we used to do. Man, I remember we used to do this, that, and the third. Man, I remember you used to come pick me up and we used to
for
hang
real.
out, go bowling or whatever it
Yeah.
is that y'all do.
I ain't gonna lie, my daddy wasn't big on buying shoes and clothes, but he'll ride me around all day. And that's that I to this day, like them rides was important.
Nah, for real, because that's when you really get to know him. He get to tell you a little bit about him and how he was growing up. So again, ladies, please.
Hey, might not even feed us, but
For real. Hey, man, let that man be a father to his child, especially if he want to be there, man. You know what I'm
Straight
saying?
up.
And we out. Catch y'all next week, man.
Hey. Quick conversations with King Drew Million. Quick conversations with King Drew Million. Quick conversations with King Drew Million.
Quick conversations with King Drew Million.
Let's chop it up.